Okay, so this was a requested video on doing the Goose quick selection again, so I'm just going to quickly do that. We're going to open the file and look for Goose or whatever you want to select. So choose that, it's going to open in a different tab. We're going to have to unlock this because you can't do anything, so click on the lock button and it creates it into a layer. So on the toolbar, the fourth one down is a quick selection tool. It might not show up as that, so right click on the fourth thing and you'll see quick selection tool. So click and hold and click. Here my brush size is a little too small, so I'm actually going to make it bigger. Where the home tab is, you'll see these different brush selections. There's a positive and there's a negative and there's the size of the brush. So what you're going to select first is the positive, because that will allow you to choose what you want. And I'm going to click on the drop down bar here where the brush sizes are and increase the size to, I'm going to say 55. And I'm just going to zoom in. You can zoom in too, and you can spacebar and hold to grab your photo and move it around. And to zoom in, you just press Control plus and Control minus. So now you're going to start clicking on where you want your selection to be. So I want this whole goose. So click, continue clicking. It'll click the entire thing. Click, click again, click, and click. Just keep clicking. Don't drag it. Just click. Same thing here. It'll automatically select obvious portions of your photo. And to get the smaller details, you can make your brush smaller. So I'm gonna go to 29, so I can get this stuff here. It's going to, you might end up selecting more than you want, but that's okay, because I'm gonna show you guys how to get rid of that. I'm too lazy to get the goose's tongue. This goose can be tongueless right now. But I'm just doing this right now for time's sake. Don't actually ignore specific details of your selection. It might look weird. So what you're going to do now is you're going to decrease the size where the drop down menu is. I'm going to put it to 16 and I'm going to choose the negative selection up here. Now you're just going to click on the parts that you do not want in your selection. So I'm just going to do that, not that. And I'm just going to make the size a little smaller, so 10 pixels. And as you can see here, I've selected a good majority of what I like. And now we're just going to refine it a little bit. So up here where you see select and mask, you're going to click it. And here you can see that it's blank. The only reason it's blank is because I put it to 100% transparency. But if you put it back to 0, it won't show that. So I'm just going to go 100% transparency because I can see the things. And right now it's not going to let me zoom, but that's okay, because you don't actually have to do this step. But just because it's actually in her lecture, I'm going to show it. So that's why. So here, actually, let's do a control command, control plus. So here you can actually do control plus and minus on it. I'm just going to do that. And you can use your grab tool to move it. So you're going to select the second brush on your toolbar, which is called a refine edge brush. And you're also going to go onto the properties and check mark smart radius. I'm just going to keep the size as what I want it, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I just need to fix this. You can use the plus and the minus to refine the edge, as you can see here. It's refining it a bit. It's just smoothing out certain parts, making it look nicer. And I'm happy with that. Yeah. And the goose has no tongue, but it's fine. Click OK. And now you're going to see that it is still like that and selected. What you're going to do now is, because you can't move it since you're on the quick selection tool, you're going to click on the very first tool, which is the move tool. And you're going to click on the photo. And you're going to drag to the document that you want it on. You're going to keep holding. You're going to drag it up to where it says your file name. Basically, you want it to be able to transfer onto that, so put your cursor on that. And then once you're on the document itself, you're going to keep holding and dragging, and then you're going to release when you're on the document. You'll see like a little plus next to the cursor. And here it's a bit too big. You might not see your transform tools, so you're going to click Control T and you'll see this. So now you're just going to decrease the size. And you can decrease it as you like in your document for the assignment. And just press the plus button up here and you're done. That's how you do the quick selection tool for the Goose, or in general. Hope that helped.